check up on their Medicare plan and benefits. Call now for your free 2026 Medicare coverage checkup. We can see if there are changes to your plan in the coming year, or if there is a 2026 Medicare Advantage plan available in your area with additional benefits. Do you know that Medicare Advantage plans can...
Good morning. It is Vlogmas day 7, and I hope the sound of the car isn't too loud. I just got to work. It's like about 6:50 in the morning, so I figured I would try vlogging coming to work. Not gonna vlog inside work, but on the way here, like, it's 29 degrees out, and on the way here, like nearby, like there's a little back road, and I think the water main must have froze and busted, because the whole street, water was just running down. And it was running down in the opposite lane of what I was coming up, where it forks in the road. So I was like, oh gosh, thank goodness I didn't have to go that way. I had a hard time getting into my car this morning. So I can get my key. Well, I could get my key in my door lock, but I couldn't unlock my door. Like, the key wouldn't fully go in, so I was like, oh no. And so my dad just woke up, and I was like, oh crud, how am I gonna get into my car? And he's like, just put some hot water, like throw some hot water on there, which I always heard was like the worst thing you can do, because it might freeze back over, but I guess that's more so for the windshield than anything. So anyway, that helped. I was like, oh crud. I was like, I don't want to be late because my car won't unlock. But yeah, so I made it here with some time to spare, thankfully. And of course, now my battery is flashing. What else is new? So yeah, so we'll see how the day goes. So it is now a little after 3:20, and I just got out of work. So it is still cold outside. It says it's 49 degrees, but it feels a lot colder than that. So I'm just letting my car warm up in the meantime, and then I'm gonna head home. We'll see how traffic is. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but there's a lot of people out. It's Sunday afternoon, so I know there's a lot of people out and about shopping. There's a lot of people doing Christmas shopping at our store today, which Sunday is always an extremely busy day regardless. But you could hear people talking about their Christmas shopping. So business is booming. Anyway, I think I'm gonna head home now. Yay. Well, I just got home. And that commute wasn't too bad. It took me about 15 minutes. But the sad thing is, back, like, I don't know, how long ago was it? Like 10 years ago? No, it was more than, like 13 years ago. That same commute would have taken me like no more than 10 minutes, probably about 7 or 8 minutes on average. So I hate the whole traffic situation here. It's awful. I long for the old days. I really do. All these transplants have just but I'm not gonna go on that rant. I could go on a huge rant, but I won't. It just, anybody who's been around here for a long time will understand, will know, and they will understand. So I guess I'm gonna head on into the house. It's just a really dreary day, but actually I don't mind it being really cloudy out. It's nice on my eyes when driving, but yeah, I just think it's gonna rain tonight, and I dread that. I just hope it's not raining when I go into work in the morning, because that's gonna be problematic. Yeah, so I'm gonna head on into the house. I'm gonna try not to talk too much, because it's later in the night now and I'm still really congested. But not much happened after work. I just kind of caught up on emails and TikToks, looking at TikToks, that is. But I did make a Spotify account a while ago. Like, I've never done the Spotify thing, but I keep hearing about people's Spotify's and end of year stuff, which I know YouTube does, like, their end of the year thing. That's weird because mine is really bizarre. Like, it doesn't even include the majority of the music that I listen to on YouTube, but whatever. But somebody on TikTok had received a, what was it, like a jacket, a Jonas Brothers jacket from Spotify, just randomly, I guess. So I've heard other things, like I've heard people get concert tickets given to them from Spotify. So it's like, well, let me go ahead and create a Spotify account, and then next year I can, you know, keep track of everything. I don't know, I have this weird goal, and I don't know if this is how it really works or not, but I love that Jelly Roll song, Hate Goes On. And I guess it's more so the video that really got me to like that song. I mean, I really like the song itself, but the video, it features some spots that I'm super familiar with, some locations that I would drive by every day, and now that I'm working where I'm working, I drive by those locations on my way to work, and one of them was like next door to where my mom worked and where we used to grocery shop all the time. So anyway, I've got this strange thing, like, if possible, and again, I don't know if this is how it works, but next year I want to be the person who streams that song the most, because I've like seen and heard where artists say, like, there's somebody who lives in this city who has streamed my song X amount of times, and so I want to be that person with that one song. And it's like, I don't know why. I guess I've kind of like created a mini competition between my dad and I, which he does not have a Spotify account, but he seems to be a bigger Jelly Roll fan than me. And I don't know, like every time Jelly Roll comes on the Grand Ole Opry, he's like, Jelly Roll's gonna be on the Opry tonight. And so that he's like, so that I can tune in and listen to it too. But did I ever share, like, right after Wits at Chapel came out, that I guess it was 2 summers ago now, he was on the Grand Ole Opry, and my dad wanted to get Opry tickets, and I'd never been to the Opry, so he's like, look into it, and I got us tickets, or, well, I secured tickets, he paid for them, for us to go to the Opry to see Jelly Roll. That was right after, like I said, Wits at Chapel came out. I went to that concert with the, where he did the Wits at Chapel for the release at the Ryman. And yeah, but I swear, my dad's like, that Jelly Roll, he's a great guy. He's really turned his life around. But I guess he's such a big fan because the whole Antioch connection, like my dad went to high school with his uncle, and then my uncle went to, well, my dad graduated with his uncle, and then my uncle graduated with his dad. So, but my dad was very familiar with the family. I remember when I was first telling my dad about Jelly Roll years ago, like, I guess it's probably about 4, maybe 5 years ago, he was like, what's his name? So I looked up his name, and I told my dad, and like with his last name being DeFord, my dad's like, DeFord? Is that Buford's kid? I was like, what? Who? I don't know. But yeah, it turned out Buford was his uncle. So, I don't know. And plus, like, my dad is really big into his high school alumni association. Like, they have this big alumni association. And so people keep up with things. And so people within the group, you know, they keep up with Buford and, you know, Jelly and all that. And also the Lions Club that my dad's a part of. They said they've had some connection, like not direct connections, but connections to him. And they said, like, he is extremely generous with his donations, which, I mean, yeah, you can tell that he's very generous. But, like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, we see a lot of stuff in the public eye, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that's never publicized, that he is extremely generous and kind and giving and all that. So, I mean, yeah, I guess people already knew that, but he's also more so outside of the public eye too. But yeah, and there I go rambling. Yeah, so I don't know what else to talk about. I've got to work tomorrow, and I'm hoping, well, I would hope that I would be able to get all my work done by tomorrow, but there's so much to do that I've got a feeling that they're gonna have to put me on the schedule and I'll need to work Tuesday too, which is fine. I'm gonna be making money, but oh my goodness, I mean, it's so congested right now. Anyway, so I'm gonna end this now, and hope everybody's doing well, and until next time, see ya.